Hi everyone, my name is Robyn Bennett and I want to welcome you to the Woman Entrepreneur Series. I'm really excited to bring you this series where women entrepreneurs will share with you their strategies to help you grow your online business from the inside out. I'm really happy to introduce to you today's guest, Veronica Kirin. Hi Veronica.
Hey, how are you?
Happy that you're here. I'm going to dive in. I'm going to read your bio and we'll begin. So, Veronica Kirin is an anthropologist turned serial entrepreneur. Her career has taken her from disaster relief through the startup world. She is founder of the award-winning Green Cup website services, author of Stories of Elders, publishing in 2018, and entrepreneur coach to LGBTQ women who wish to scale their businesses so they work less, grow faster, and earn more. Her work as a coach is certified by the National LGBT Chamber of Commerce. She is also the founder of the Fempreneur Forum, where women entrepreneurs can build community and get coached in workshops and live Q&As. Wow, I love this. Welcome.
Thank you so much.
So we are going to talk today about work and life balance, or life and life balance.
Mm-hmm.
This is a subject dear to my heart because I'm always seeking that balance. That's why I really wanted you here, because I think that there's a lot of women who are trying to find that, the equilibrium of that balance. So is it possible, if you don't mind me diving in, is it possible for entrepreneurs to have a work-life balance?
Yeah, it is. But I love that you refer to women entrepreneurs trying to find that equilibrium. The thing that I think that most entrepreneurs don't realize is that equilibrium is always moving. So that line may look different one day to the next. So it is absolutely possible, but you have to live with the grace of understanding and constant self-awareness to say, okay, this day needs a little bit more of this, and this day needs a little bit more of that, and balance accordingly.
Wow. I love that, because I think we're just always expecting it to be, okay, I spend 4 hours on this and 2 hours on that, and then there's the family, and and we're falling short because there's no way to really attain, I think, that steady balance.
Yeah, there's not. I mean, we're human beings. So when we wake up in the morning, for example, who knows what happened during the night? We slept wrong. We had a bad dream. We didn't drink enough water right before bed, so we're more dehydrated than usual. In the morning, we might have something right away instead of the typical hour, 2 hours, whatever somebody prefers to self-care. And so you constantly have to be adjusting, just simply because we're biological creatures. And then, as you referred, families are also full of biological creatures, and your son might need more today because he's teething, and yesterday he was doing great with his gums, and then your husband or your partner has X, Y, and Z happening, and so you need to spend more time on your family today than you typically do, and so then you have to balance the rest in accordance with that. So yeah, it's always this moving target, and that's where a lot of self-awareness comes in.
So why is it so important to us, the whole work-life balance? Why is that important?
Yeah, so most of the entrepreneurs that I encounter really have a mission. They've become entrepreneurs just not because they're interested in all the extra work that you don't necessarily get paid for, right? There's a real reason that they have entered the entrepreneurship space, typically because they're mission driven, they're social entrepreneurs, they have something they're really passionate about. It could be something as simple as yoga, all the way to something as complicated as developing medical devices for sub-Saharan African countries. Okay, so you've got this massive spectrum of women who love what they do, and if you're not self-caring, you'll eventually burn out. It's just, so yes, we're biological, we're a moving target, but at the same time, if you've got a gas tank and you keep running it without refilling it, it's going to go empty. And I am the perfect example. I did it to myself, and my first career is no longer available to me because I burnt out.
Wow. And what is this telling us? What exactly does work work-life balance tell us?
Hmm. Do you mind rephrasing the question?
Yeah, it's like what could my work-life balance be telling me? It's like trying to seek that balance. What is it exactly that I'm like, you know, I have to listen. I have to hear what the message is sort of telling me. Like, for instance, you're talking about burnout. So
Yeah. I love working with my clients on burnout, actually, because typically burnout comes in different forms, which means that there's something specific going on. So if I have a client who's saying, I feel really burnt out, okay, what are the indicators? What does it feel like? Where is it manifesting in your body, in your mind, in your life as a whole? And from there, we're able to say, oh, it's actually like this part of your life or business. I mean, it could be burnout from external sources. It could actually not be your business burning you out. And then we can address that issue to say, oh, you need a better system, or perhaps you need to wake up a little earlier so they have more time to self-care, or go to bed earlier, or put down the technology, all these different things. So burnout is a really great indicator. It doesn't mean throw away the baby with the bathwater, as long as you catch it early enough. That's the thing.
well, that's interesting. And I like that it could be different signs. It doesn't necessarily mean that my business is burning me out. It could be, someone's in a negative relationship, or there's just actually a lot going on. Like, I would imagine someone who's running a business and a new baby and, a lot of things, that's got to be a lot harder to manage.
Yeah, definitely. I have a couple of clients who are new mothers, and it is a massive challenge for sure. There are times where, I'm here as an entrepreneur coach, so I'm working in work and life. And there have been sessions where we totally focus on the life because a relative said that they were going to be supportive, and then they're supporting in what they think is the way is needed, but it's not actually what my client needs. And so we have to process through that external stress. I mean, that support becomes a stressor, right? And so instead of working on the business during a session, we work on the life stuff instead in order to really address it. But you're absolutely right. A new baby is one of the hardest things for an entrepreneur to manage.
And I think too, of like, for instance, I know that I went through this myself. When I first started online many years ago, I was working a full-time job, and I would come home and I would work on my business. Like, that's like a total recipe for burnout. It was like 18-hour days for months at a time, and weekends only meant an opportunity to do more. So I also think women who are, like, instead of thinking, oh, I have the weekend, I can relax, it was just like, oh wow, I actually have time to only do this.
Yeah. I actually have done that myself. The only career job I ever had, luckily gave me a little bit of flexibility. They let me go at 3 p.m. instead of 5 p.m. During some critical points in my nonprofit. It's what I was working on at the time. We have a tendency to say, oh, I'm home and I'm working on something that's mine, so I'm not actually working. But when it's a business, you still are working. And in fact, sometimes that energy expenditure is greater than the energy you spend at your job because there's more riding on it, right?
Yeah.
So
totally.
if we convert that thinking and say, okay, this is work too, so then maybe I can leave my other job a little earlier so I'm not working the entire evening until bedtime on 2 different forms of work, essentially, all day long. That will definitely help your energy and the chances of your business.
Yeah, because I think that when we're doing our own thing, especially when we're having both worlds, like for instance, in my job, I was managing a company, but when I'm in my world, I was managing the business, running the business, doing the work. I was doing all other things as well. So the energy wasn't just, dispersed on, making sure people were sent out or something like that. So I find it really, like, that to me was one of the most exhausting times of my life. And my solution actually was, I went from 5 days a week to 4 days a week to 3 to 2 to 1 to 0.
Yeah.
That's how I broke out of there. But
that's a good idea too.
Yeah.
I also tell entrepreneurs, if you do have a new baby and you have to work, over the weekend, try to only work one day instead of both weekend days. So they actually do get a weekend. Studies have proven, both in humans and in animals, actually, in the zoo, they have proven this, that if animals are on display constantly, they get burnt out. We need actually, like, the 7-day week. Oddly, like, somehow our ancestors figured out that, like, that 7th day is really critical for rest. And so if you can get a day that is pure, whatever, like, even if you're doing housework, that's more like nesting than it is like, this is my livelihood and things could go so wrong and everything could crash and burn if it doesn't work, right? So you get that stress. It's, if you're just doing housework or spending time with your family just one day a week, then the rest of your energy, your nervous system, your adrenals can kind of come down from that rush, and basically restore back to an equilibrium.
Just even you say that, just seem like that sounds like so wonderful. So is there any role for technology in our work-life balance?
Yeah. Well, oh my God, yes. So I have so many things to say about this. So yes, short answer is yes. Certainly, apps like Later or Hootsuite that allow you to schedule out your social media presence. So you're only doing it an hour a week instead of every single day. I got to remember and I got to be chasing after all these different things, right?
Yeah.
I use a CRM that lets me automate my emails. So when I have to have a 6-month check-in with a client, it remembers and it sends it. So I don't have to, like, be going through my calendar and, oh my God, It also plays a role in stress, though. So I do ask my clients to try not to bring technology into the bedroom, especially because 1 in 10 people are checking their smartphones during sex these days.
What?
So you talk about work-life balance. This is true. This is the truth.
Now
so
I
I think
know.
So put it down. I do ask people to, like, okay, just step away for a little while, do something analog, because it's not just technology versus analog. It is this format versus this format. And so if you're gardening every single day, 24 hours a day, you're going to burn out on that. You're going to burn out on technology. You're going to burn out on books if you're only doing books, which I don't know how I just said that, but I love books. Your brain needs different styles of inputs. And so if you can put it down for a little while and give yourself something else as input, you again give your brain that balance that it so needs. But yeah, I love technology for outsourcing and managing and systemizing. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, and for technology, one of the things that I like to do is I have this app, because I sit down here a lot in a day.
Mm-hmm.
So I have this app that tells me, like, okay, get up every 30 minutes, and I stretch a part of my body. Like, I think, okay, that's doing something other than just.
Yes. So the Pomodoro effect, or the Pomodoro technique, comes with an app that'll remind you to get up and move around. There's a new app out called Aloe Bud. So aloe, like the aloe plant, and then bud, like a baby. And it is only on iPhone right now, but they just fundraised for an Android round. And it's all self-care. So you can set reminders like drink some water, take a shower, make sure you eat. Have you peed yet today? I mean, super basic stuff. It's designed specifically for people with anxiety, which I do have several clients who have anxiety and depression. And so I highly recommend that app as well, just for those basic reminders. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because if I didn't get that, I probably would not get up nearly as often as I should.
Oh, yeah.
Even if my step thing tells me it goes red if I've been sitting too long around, I'll get up soon.
Oh yeah.
Just finish this.
No, right. And then that turns into an hour-long thing, and then you're like angry at your computer and you can't figure out why you're so mad, and then you realize, oh, it's because I haven't peed in a while and I really have to go, so I'm taking it out of my computer. I teach self-care, but like, it's a constant battle. So I'm certainly guilty. Every day I probably do one thing that I'm like, I knew better. How could I do that? But it's really easy to get distracted. So I ask everyone to start their days with self-compassion, to understand, like we mentioned, it's a moving target. You're going to miss something, and that's okay. Forgive yourself, move on, do what you need to do to get back to center.
Nice. Thank you. That's cool. And so how do we begin to get this under control? Like, we can start our day with compassion, but
definitely.
What are some of the steps that we can take?
So I'm not a big fan of what I call barrel rolling. So getting out of bed and just zipping right into business. Same with at night, stopping business or bringing business into bed with us and then falling asleep in the middle of an email, heaven forbid. I have known people to do this. I'm a really big fan of creating a margin that is right for you. So I never tell somebody that you have to do it this way. Everybody's different. That's totally fine. But if you can start by creating just a little bit of a margin in the morning, wake up and give yourself the space to do something that will make you feel great. That could be a wonderful breakfast, taking the time to actually make really good food for yourself, or make coffee because it feels like it may not be nourishing your body, but it feels like this warmth going into your body. It helps you wake up. That feels really great. Go for a run if you love to run. Make the time to do it. Or yoga. Or, you know what, if the only thing you can think of is to take an extra long shower and squirt maybe some like essential oils on the floor of the shower when you get in, and that's all you can think of to do for self-care in the morning to create that margin, start there. It's super simple. I can go on and on for like all the different ideas. I have worksheets actually on my website for different ideas of like what self-care can mean to a myriad of people. But then in the evening too, ideally for me, my end of work routine is to turn everything off, which doesn't always happen. Try to meditate, which again, doesn't always happen. Go for a walk or do yoga to kind of like when you're an entrepreneur, you don't always have that commute back from the office. So create this margin instead to say, okay, my brain's coming down, because you've got to allow your time to come down from everything you were just doing. And we don't have a commute to do that. So we have to facilitate that in a different way. Create this margin, come down from what you were doing, allow yourself to breathe and kind of be a whole human being once again, instead of sending your brain constantly into the computer.
I love that, because it's true. We're not driving and stuck in traffic and not listening to the local radio station and just having time to like distance myself from what was. And that's
we totally zone out when we're driving, especially if it's rush hour traffic. Unfortunately, nobody's really paying attention.
Well, no one's flying either, so.
So yeah, we need something to, thank God, thank goodness I'm not sitting in rush hour traffic every day. I actually live on a slightly busy road. I get to sit on my porch and drink a glass of wine and watch all the people in rush hour traffic and giggle to myself. But we need to facilitate something to do that for ourselves instead.
I like that. Just find what works for the individual. And you literally have me thinking, what would be my drive home? What could I do that would replace that drive home to give myself that? I'm a huge reader. What I used to do, and I haven't done it, especially in the last month and a half, putting together this series. But what I usually do is around 5:00, I would grab my Kindle and start reading. That was, I don't think I was even consciously doing it to separate myself from work, but it was just okay, I've done great today. I'm just going to take a half an hour and read, because I'm a big, big reader. I love stories, and also, self-improvement and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that's my commute, I guess.
It's like your cool down activity. If you go for a run or you work out, you do a cool down activity, just like you do a warm up. You should be doing that for work too.
Yeah, and usually one or two of the cats join me, so it's
that's nice. Post-work cuddles.
Yeah, exactly. This
Yeah.
is why we're doing it, right? I mean, we want to be able to take a break with our cat and
Hmm.
read a book.
Yep. Yes.
Oh, I believe you have a free gift for us.
Yes, I do. Yeah. So, in fact, my free gift during the month of June includes an additional freebie because it's the month of June, it's Pride Month, and because I specialize in LGBT entrepreneurs. So, typically, I give away 20 minutes with me just to do a strategy session. So, if anything like what we've been talking about resonates, and you want to figure out how do you even start to get a work-life balance, or what does it mean to scale your business so that you have more time for yourself, definitely you can hop on for a 20-minute call with me. But you also can get an extra 20 minutes because it's Pride
Oh,
Month.
right.
So yeah, that's my kind of like, what as a LGBT entrepreneur can I do to help support everyone in my community and help celebrate this amazing month? So
That is great. So that means
mhm.
they could get two 20-minute calls with you
They
in the
can
month.
get 40 minutes total, so like a whole chunk.
Perfect.
So really we get a ton done in that 40 minutes. It's incredible.
Well, I hope you guys take advantage of this. I don't like the word advantage, but you know what I mean. I hope you guys
Yeah,
sign up for it. The link will be below for that. And I believe you also have a special VIP offer for us.
I totally do. Yeah. So I've never done this before. So, and I know people love hearing that. They're like, oh my God. Uh, I, I've decided to go ahead and prorate my strategy session into a VIP half day. So instead of a $900 3-hour VIP half day with me, you can prorate your strategy session, which is complimentary. Uh, and so that the VIP half day is 600 instead of 900. So you're
Whoa, that
saving
is really
$200. Yeah. Yep. I mean, so my strategy sessions are usually worth about 250. So I figure we'll just prorate that in. I'm already giving that complimentary. Why don't you go ahead and use it and make it a half day VIP day, get 3 hours, and let's just jam on some stuff. Let's really get something done for your business.
that's like doing major shifts. That's like,
Hmm.
sit
Yeah, we're
down
talking
for
like
three
business
hours.
plans, website content, social media, working on your work-life balance, your tasking, your planning, your 1-year plan, anything like that. We can definitely rock hard on it. 3 hours goes by fast, but we get so much done. It's so fun.
That is awesome. It's a really, really generous gift. I like that. That's
Mhm.
really cool because I know the value of having that 3 hours. It's like you said, you can get a lot accomplished in that time to help move your business forward. So thank you.
Mhm. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I think this is really important. I love helping entrepreneurs work through some of this because honestly, like you were just saying, like when you start your business, you're just going for it and you're hustling as hard as you can, and you can hit that wall many times, that kind of like burnout wall or a self-imposed ceiling, like, am I worth that much, or can I do something this big, right? So you're hitting that. You could be going two different directions
Really.
of walls. And so I just love seeing my clients break through a wall, and sometimes there's tears, and that's like when you really know, like, this is done, the wall's down, this person's moving forward, and it's going to be great, they're going to change the world.
What I love
That's
about
the
that
moment
too
I live
is
for.
we don't know what we don't know. And
Mhm.
in those strategies, that's usually where we discover possibilities of, you know, wow, I didn't even think I could do that. Like, that's
Yeah.
a viable option for me, really? It's like, yeah, it is.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, I totally, one of my favorite things that I realize as an entrepreneur and that I love to teach is that if you already have the desire or the drive to do something, you have what it takes inside of you to actually do it. Even if that means that you have to start by taking classes, you have whatever it takes in order to get equipped in order to make your dream come true. Otherwise, it wouldn't be inside of you. And that, knowing that, is so validating. And when I say that to others, it just like, it sets this light off, and then they're like, oh, I really can have my dreams. Like, yes, you can. Yes, you can. You're already poised to do it. You just don't realize it. So let's set that foundation right there and take the next step.
Awesome. Thank you. So the link for that will be below again with the other. And I believe that that link is veronicakirin.com/VIP.
Mm-hmm.
So anyways, we'll have the link there just in case I'm off. Thank you very much, Veronica, for your time. This is really great and very helpful.
Good, good. I'm so glad. I could talk about this all day, honestly. So
Well, it's
it's
such
been
a it's such a great topic, and it really helps, people like right off the bat. I'm learning that, having that balance does not mean it's the same balance every day. Like what you don't
right.
know, you don't know. I did not even really realize that.
Yeah. And I think a lot of people don't, and that makes them kind of feel like it's unattainable
Yeah,
because it moves so much that they'll try one thing or two things and it doesn't work every single day because it's not going to. And then they feel like, oh, there's no such thing as work-life balance. Well, there is. And as you've mentioned, life balance, sometimes I do know some people whose work really is physically a part of them. And so working out is part of their work, not a part of their life and
yeah.
self-care. But you can still find balance within it. There's other things that you add instead. But you have to start with knowing that, yeah, it looks different for everyone. It looks different every day for everyone.
Yeah, I think this way we don't feel so bad that when we're not attaining that
Yeah.
perfect balance, that there's nothing wrong with me. It's just today is one of those days where I have to just do a little more business, then pleasure, and then hopefully tomorrow I can find a little more time for the fun pleasure part and
Mm-hmm.
less business.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, thank you very much. And
Yes,
I
ma'am.
want to thank you all for being here today. I'm sure you took away amazing stuff as usual. And I know I will see you guys during the next interview. And thank you again, Veronica.
Of course. It was wonderful.
Bye, everyone. Have a great 24 hours.